Hello to our audience who's going to, I feel, enormously benefit from this discussion on blockchain and cryptocurrency. Abhishek here is an industry expert who will help us delve deeper into the concepts of blockchain and cryptocurrency. So, over to you, Abhishek. A quick, please tell us what you do, and then we can take the session forward.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Tanya, and thanks for inviting me here. It's always great to speak to this audience, your audience, students. Basically, I'm Abhishek. Hi, guys. I'm one of the co-founders at a startup called World. What World does is basically we have created a blockchain platform on top of which we use to deliver a lending product. It's a very simple lending product. Customers are actually farmers. For us, customers are actually banks. It's a B2B2C platform. So banks and those banks offer those kinds of loans to farmers. And so for the first time, farmers are getting to use something so complicated like blockchain without even getting a hint of that something like blockchain is running at the back end. And what it does
Right.
for the farmers is essentially bring their, the turnaround time to get loans from 15 days to less than 5 minutes. We've heard testimonials that this is one of the best things that they've seen in their lives. My personal interviews with farmers have said us that. In addition to that, so that's what we have been doing, and we work with the Indian government. We have received support from IIM Ahmedabad. We've received support from United Nations Development Program, and we are currently India's largest blockchain platform to do so. So that's a nutshell. So that's basically what I'm doing. And apart from that, I am an author in blockchain, and so I write as well as I speak in blockchain. I take classes. I'm an educator. That's mostly what.
Amazing, Abhishek. So I think the discussion going forth is going to be a lot about decoding these concepts,
Yeah.
simplifying them for a layman to understand, and of course, how if one chooses to be industry relevant in this field and get employed later on. How can they pursue this path? I think this is going to be our core area of focus today,
Sure.
benefiting the students who are attending this session today.
Sure.
Hello, Asma. If any question, please put it down here, and Abhishek will take it in the due course of time. Right,
Sure.
Abhishek. So my first question, Abhishek, to you would be, what is blockchain? What is cryptocurrency? If in the most simplest of terms, you were to explain this, how would you go about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Blockchain does sound a bit complicated to a lot of people, um, but let's try to understand that very simply. So we have been dealing with. Let's talk about decentralization first. This is also a buzzword that people hear whenever they enter blockchain technology. This segment, decentralization comes with it. So let's take an example. We have been working with. We know that we have been dealing with banks such as Axis Bank, HDFC, whatever any name that we take, but we know that everything is going fine till now. But let's assume an hypothetical situation. Say for example, I give $1,000 to Tanya, and now tomorrow morning when I wake up, my bank, which could be any of the banks that you know of, my bank just denies existence of that kind of a transaction between me and Tanya. It does reflect as a debit from my account, but Tanya does not get any credit,
Okay.
and we have no other option. Where do you go? What do you do exactly? Okay, there is RBI and all of that stuff is there, definitely, and it hasn't happened yet, right? But that's basically you are putting a lot of trust in a centralized entity. These
Got it.
banks are centralized. If you're using Google, it's a centralized entity. Usually, I mean, most of the things that you've been using in your daily lives right now is a centralized entity.
Right.
When you enter the world of blockchain, when you enter the world of decentralization, essentially you start trusting, instead of a single entity, a centralized entity, you start trusting a group of people, a group of computers, a group of systems, or even something more technical, a group or a combination of smart contracts, right? That's a technology. Will discuss that maybe later on. And this gives you the opportunity to, first of all, you have to understand that yes, when you're trusting a group, you believe that maximum number of people in that group are going to be benign and they
Right.
won't have
Right.
intentions, right? one
Right.
person one person can be benign or can be malignant. That's a 50%
Right.
probability, right?
Makes sense.
But when we are talking about a group, it could be 10 people, 1,000 people, 50,000 people, right? So there's the probability of most of them becoming malignant becomes very, very negligible,
Right.
right? Like Bitcoin is
Right.
something that most of our students must have heard about. That's one thing that everyone comes to know first before even getting into blockchain, right?
Yes.
But Bitcoin has thousands and thousands of people in the network. So what is the probability that someone like me, if I want to be a bad actor, will I be able to collude with 50,000 of such people? No, there is hardly any probability. So that's what blockchain is. You start trusting a system, a group, a
Got
distributed system, the way transactions happen. And then after, when you start using blockchain technology, you start using a blockchain network, the way transactions happen, there goes a lot of cryptography and hashing and encryption, and all of that goes into this thing, which makes it very secure. So these two things, essentially, that's what blockchain is all about.
So okay, Abhishek, if I were to sum it up, you are taking up accountability from the hands of one person and placing it in the hands of many.
Yes.
In simple terms, just in order to rule out any malignancies.
Yeah, no single point of failure, right? One
Right.
person or one entity failing down will not fail down the system entirely, right?
Okay, and in the current systems that we have, typically one institution or one person is the point of contact and is failing.
I mean, it's an entire entity, right? So if Axis Bank goes down, the entire trust or the entire
Yes.
entity, you're done, right? You're done. But when there are but let's take an example in financial only. You take a bank and you take Bitcoin, right?
Right.
In Bitcoin, if until and unless the very last person who's running the Bitcoin network on the computer goes down, the very last person out of the thousands, not just one like Axis
Got
Bank
it.
or HDFC or SBI, until unless the last person goes down, their computer goes down. Till then, Bitcoin network cannot be killed. So
Okay.
that's how huge difference between them,
So
right?
shared responsibility is what
Yeah,
we are.
and no single point of failure, right? Anyone
Got
fails, that's no problem.
got
Thousands are others are there.
got it. Got it. And is this blockchain technology used in cryptocurrency? So, like, overarchingly, blockchain is a technology, and cryptocurrency is one of the uses of this technology.
Sure. So yeah, I'll just let you know. So what this is all about is, first of all, cryptocurrency is an implementation of blockchain. So people usually get confused a lot.
Right.
When I teach,
Right. Right.
I see that many are getting confused in this, and they understand that blockchain and cryptocurrency are one and the same thing,
Got it.
right? Cryptocurrency is an implementation. For example, since the last 2.5 years, we've been running World, right? My startup. It's a blockchain platform, but it till now had no involvement of, even till now does not have any involvement of cryptocurrency. In the future, we are about to have, because we're getting into a different segment called decentralized finance.
Right.
But before that, till now, we did not use cryptocurrency anywhere. And banks are our customers, governments are our customers, right? So when cryptocurrencies get banned, or in the past when banks were prohibited in dealing in dealing with other businesses who are dealing in cryptocurrencies, we did not face anything, right? Any problem, because we are not into crypto. So
Got it.
blockchain is, and even the Indian governments, right, starting from a prime minister or anyone, financial minister, whoever it is in the government, has never shown anything against blockchain. It has
Got
always been about crypto, regulating crypto. But blockchain is a technology, just like data science, AI, ML, cloud. It's a technology. What you make out of it is up to you, and
So,
it's not.
can you give me some examples, some popular examples of institutions that have used blockchain technology for some very disruptive sort of products?
Absolutely. Now is a very good time to give you these examples. I'll tell you why.
Right.
Nowadays, so many, we see, I've started seeing that so many good companies have come on blockchain, have started using blockchain. Nescafe, no one is here who does not know about Nescafe,
Wow.
especially their coffee business, right? So Nescafe has put their entire coffee supply chain on blockchain. So
Okay.
so there you go. One popular company doing this, one popular conglomerate doing this, and they are doing it in collaboration with another very popular organization, IBM. So IBM and Nescafe have worked together to put Nescafe's coffee supply chain on blockchain, and now every stakeholder is on the blockchain. There is a good case study. People can find it on the internet, and they have seen a lot of growth, a lot of savings, a lot of growth, a lot of problems that were there in a centralized system. They are now not seeing it. Another good example is Maersk. Maersk is one of the biggest shipping
Yes.
companies. So Maersk has also tried out. There is a Harvard Business Review case study as well. I've taught it in the past. It is very
Wow.
good case study. You see how Maersk implemented blockchain technology and immediately started seeing huge savings in their shipping business. So there are so many examples, and then there are more. There are definitely.
If we were to delve deeper into this Myers study and identify where blockchain added value, would you be able to throw some light on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what happens is, blockchains, one of the core characteristics is bringing in transparency. So
Okay.
there are several
Okay.
characteristics. One is immutability, that you cannot
Right.
change anything once it goes onto the blockchain. That from that stems, the fact that you can do fraud-free transactions, right? There is no fraud, which is also why we use blockchain. That because
Got
to
it.
prevent frauds for the banks. So similarly, when Myers did it, they basically put their entire, every stakeholder on the blockchain. Now everyone became node on the, relevant stakeholders, of course, became nodes on the blockchain network. When they did so, they started inputting data onto the blockchain. First of all, it's an immutable form of data. There cannot be, there is becomes less chance of collusion and any incorrect data coming onto the platform. Secondly, intermediaries, right? So blockchain brings in a lot of disintermediation. So any kind of intermediaries they were able to do away with, right? Direct communication with the stakeholders, direct communication with the supplier, distributor, any whatever stakeholders they have. That immediately saves, just like us, right? So everything, the core concept is same. In our case, farmers used to take these loans via someone, right? But now the platform does it all. It's blockchain, it's automated in an automated fashion. So we immediately cut down intermediaries. Now the bank gives the loan directly to the farmer. So automatically the TAT is less. Similarly for Myers, the turnaround time became less, the intermediary cost became less, and so on. So this is how they implemented it.
Right. And which is where the value lies essentially.
Yes, because you reduce a lot of cost there.
Right. So, which takes me to another so I do understand that, why, what blockchain has to offer in order to add so much value to processes. Uh, Now let's take the discourse to cryptocurrency and blockchain's implementation to cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Interesting question by Rahul in our chat box, that can we make our own cryptocurrency? So why don't we delve a little deeper, Abhishek, into
Sure.
the rise and shine of
Yeah.
cryptocurrency?
Yeah. And it is again a very good time to do so, because now again,
Absolutely.
Bitcoin and Ethereum have just, last 3-4 days have risen and risen and
Oh
risen.
my God, yes, absolutely. My portfolio is killing it. So
Oh, wow. That's so great to know that,
definitely.
Tanya is there. I hope out of the 27 odd people we have here, I hope at least, a good percentage have now come on to blockchain and crypto.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
especially this is a good time because, there are no regulations as such, right? So
Right.
there are no regulations making it legal, and also there are no regulations making it illegal, right? So it's a gray
Absolutely.
area, but of course people can do it, right? Between every advertisement on Hotstar, it just comes that, buy Bitcoin with 100 rupees, right? एक साल पहले कहाँ था 6 महीने पहले कहाँ था right.
Absolutely.
That is the whole point. So cryptocurrencies, when we talk about cryptocurrencies, it's a very unique implementation of blockchain. In fact, blockchain was there, maybe the technology was there, but the first popular good implementation of blockchain was Bitcoin back in 2009, right?
Right.
So that with that, people started getting to understand what blockchain is all about, crypto and all, right? And then Bitcoin gave everyone a freedom. Similarly, other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is so popular that it's called Bitcoin, and everything else that you own maybe in your portfolio are called altcoins, right? Like alternate coins. So it's
Right.
either Bitcoin or alternate coins,
Or
right?
alternate coins.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now every coin has some use case behind them, right?
Absolutely.
Matic or Polygon, which is an Indian-based, crypto,
Mm-hmm.
an entire organization, great work. So it has a different functionality in their own ecosystem. So all these cryptocurrencies, actually, these are basically crypto tokens. They try to become currencies in some ecosystem, and they try to multiply that, right? When do we call something a currency? When many people start using it, it's in flow in the entire ecosystem,
Yeah.
right? So that you can buy and sell stuff. Now it has started becoming that. You can see that El Salvador became the first country to legalize Bitcoin as a tender. Now, if you go, I was reading some excerpts. If you go to a McDonald's in El Salvador, you'll see on the bill or on the invoice that you can scan and you can pay via Bitcoin, right? So that has become reality. When I was teaching people, even 8 months back, 7 months back, right, when this did not happen, I was teaching in my class that okay, you cannot pay via Bitcoin because of this, that, and so on, right? It's not a legal tender. Many don't accept it, but now I can teach them that yeah, take this example, and it's happening in the real life, right? So quick movement.
Right.
And so crypto, that is what crypto came up with. Crypto gave people a freedom. First of all, it's an unregulated thing, so there are no boundaries, there are no borders. If you're doing any cross-border payments, you're not paying hefty transaction fees, right? So there are very specific use cases.
Right.
And once you start believing, which is what I did, right? Once you start believing in the core concept of decentralization, you want then gradually what happens is you start losing interest in fiat, or the normal money that we know, fiat currency, and you see that what are all the possibilities that cryptocurrency can bring in now or in future. So then that's a different angle you start looking at. So yeah, many use cases, plenty of use cases up for grabs there. And now decentralized finance, right? That's what I was talking to you about. Decentralized finance is currently all about crypto right now,
Right.
and people are accessing financial products like loans. Okay, loans, they're taking loans, they're lending to the pool, to another platform. All these things you have been doing with banks all your life,
Right.
right? But that was a centralized system. Now here the rates of return are higher, right? There are no regulations, there are no intermediaries. You can, it is much more advanced. So when we, even because we are getting into DeFi, decentralized finance, so when we say, so this basically DeFi opens up the possibility for the 1.7, 1.8 billion people in the world are currently either underbanked or unbanked, right?
Unbanked.
Rest of us, we are definitely banked, but around 1.7 billion people are not. Okay, so this decentralized finance opens up those possibilities for them, right? Currently, it's though in crypto, so I don't know how much underbanked or unbanked population would be able to come on crypto by using wallets and all. But then, like people, like us with our platform, we are trying to do that only. If we do that, we are not going to pay our farmers in crypto, right? We are not going to give them Ethereum or Bitcoin. They
Absolutely
are,
no.
they are going to get INR. So this is how they can, come on, become banked, and come onto the platform using decentralized finance. No bank involvement, no central government involvement. So that's a different perspective altogether. That's what crypto is all about.
Wow. And going back to Rahul's question, can we make our own crypto?
Yeah,
I
100%.
I want to know what's
Yes.
the process.
See the difference between, so why is Ethereum or Polygon, or
Right.
Matic, as you
Yeah.
know, and so there could be more than 500 or 1,000 cryptocurrencies at this moment. There are websites such as coinmarketcap.com, and you can go there and you can see that huge list of cryptocurrencies are there, but not every cryptocurrency is famous. Making crypto, it's a technology is not prohibitive, right? Okay, unless we are talking about something like quantum computing where you need a quantum computer, right? Then that becomes a different story. But here, blockchain, AI, ML, data science, we are never stopped from accessing, right? Even if you're not a data scientist, you can still access data science tools. This is just like that. It is technology. You can go in, you can download the smart contracts, you can write your own smart contracts, you can learn. Generating a cryptocurrency is a very easy thing. Sometimes even if you search, maybe you'll find some platforms which allow you to just enter some details, and you can very well create your own cryptocurrency. Making it usable in an ecosystem is the challenge, right? So creating the execution and creating, that's a difference. Otherwise, Rahul's question, yes, definitely you can create a cryptocurrency. Even at a very early stage of learning blockchain, you can create a crypto. That's not a problem. Very easy
Right.
thing.
Right. And Abhishek has I don't know if it's a question or a statement, but he's used the word utilization. Uh,
Could you read me that?
Utilization.
Okay.
And
Okay, which one is it?
Abhijit Pillai.
Abhijit Pillai, utilization. Okay, it was a statement. Okay, so he was maybe adding to something.
Maybe
Fine.
adding to something. So
Yeah.
Aditya here is asking that is there any chance of crypto becoming a legal tender?
Yeah, in India, I'm unsure. I'm really unsure because India is a different ecosystem, economy altogether.
Oh, Abhishek, I really want to understand. Everyone's been telling me this. If El Salvador could do it, what is
Yeah.
stopping us Indians?
Yeah, population. Come on. I mean, the kind of economy we have. I don't know whether this is, or even I would be the right person to answer this because I don't come from policy. But it's not easy to see whatever acceptance we can see at this moment. See, even our finance minister had said, even if we ban, sometime back he said, I think in the last budget he said, or right after, before, anytime she said that even if we ban cryptocurrencies, we will still leave a window for crypto enthusiasts to try out that things, a sandbox kind of an environment, so that we don't kill cryptocurrency, right? So this shows that they are hearing, right? This shows that they are,
Right.
paying heed to this entire segment of cryptocurrency, right? And there are so many exchanges that have come up, WazirX, CoinDCX, BitBNS, all the
Right.
that you know.
Binance, yeah.
Yes, Binance has always been there, right? So
Yeah.
Binance is world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, right?
Right.
And even they don't operate from China, right? So you see, I mean, basically, India is a different kind of an economy. I don't know whether it would become a legal tender here or not, or whether it would become soon or not. Maybe eventually someday it would. El Salvador is also, currently in the process. They have made it a legal tender, but they have not seen it to be a, huge success or something like that. I was reading.
Oh,
It's not a 0 or 1 clear identification, right?
right.
They are dealing with it, but it was a very good call. It was a very strong call for El Salvador's, president to do so. In India, we may first of all create a regulatory sandbox, for blockchain, for crypto, both.
Yes.
Some days back, India, I think, came up with the draft for national strategy on blockchain, right? It
Wow.
had some inclination as well. We'll see these happen first. We'll see what kind of fintech applications in India, very homegrown fintech applications in
Right.
India based on crypto can come up. And then maybe someday government decides that whether a part of it could be made legal or not, right? But yeah, I don't see it happen like El Salvador. I don't see it happen in India in any time soon. To be very honest, it's not being pessimistic. We would want to be optimistic, being in this segment. But yeah, that's why, there is a concept called crypto nomads, right? Crypto nomads means that, basically you are in a regulatory framework where it is not allowed. So maybe you become a nomad and you go to a country where you can actually do these things, like Hong Kong, Singapore, Malta,
Dubai.
Israel.
Yeah.
Dubai, yes, not 100%, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, not 100. There are better jurisdictions, like Cayman Islands, yeah. So
Got
there are
it.
a lot of good jurisdictions
I
there.
heard Malaysia as well.
Malaysia is good, yeah.
Yes.
Malaysia is good. I mean, yeah,
It
still
is
great.
providing a lot of infrastructure to upcoming.
Estonia is very good. I mean, if people even are interested, Estonia has brought itself, a lot of its governmental procedures on blockchain. So if you
Wow.
read about Estonia, yeah, I usually teach a case study on Estonia. In my last book, there is a case study on Estonia, entire chapter about it. So Estonia has made their land registry, then, their e-residency, all of it on decentralized distributed ledger kind of blockchain, right? So they are very pro blockchain, and you can get an e-residency from sitting from here, e-residency of Estonia.
Wow.
So a lot of possibilities are opening which we did not have in 2017, 18, 19, and so on. So yeah, but yeah, no, in India not soon, but in other countries, might be smaller countries, smaller economies, might be easier to do so, and later on maybe someday in India we get to see that.
So, Sheikh, we are still in discovery mode for cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, very much in discovery mode, yes.
And this is going to last a while.
It is going to last phenomenally while, because it is going at a huge pace. First of all, see, there is a lot of support. Tell me something. I don't know how recently any of who's in the audience have seen CNBC, are regular viewers of CNBC.
Yeah.
3 days back, I was seeing that there was an entire show, 3:30 p.m. in Indian Standard Time, entire show on NFTs.
Right.
Again, blockchain based use case, right? A blockchain, not very much crypto, but crypto and blockchain, you can say, but a purely blockchain based use case, right? NFTs. And then, Nishchal Wazir's CEO and a couple of other people were discussing about
Right.
NFTs. How frequently did you see something like this even 2 years back? Blockchain was always there, right? But did you think that CNBC TV18 would be giving this? On my newspaper just 4 or 5 days back, I got a full page ad with Salman Khan launching the Chingari token, right? Gari token of the Chingari social app, right? So frequently these are happening, right? So frequently these are happening. Amitabh Bachchan is, coming up with his own NFT collection. These things, right? So yeah, this is breakneck speed, right? So soon we'll see something, but yeah, let's be optimistic. That's all. Essentially.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so this takes me to another important question, and again we have it in one of our questions on the chat box. The volatility surrounding cryptocurrencies, and us getting scared with all the ups and the downs that come so frequently. Abhishek, why? What is driving the market to be so fluctuating?
See, cryptocurrencies, first of all, is just like stock market, right?
Right.
But there is a difference.
Right.
Stock market in India, there are different timings across different countries. In India, it's 9:15 till 4:30, till 3:30 or 3:30 or 4, right? The stock market. The crypto industry is 24/7, 365. First of all, right? So that's a lot of trading that goes on in a single day. Secondly, because these are not backed by any real world assets, their valuation is usually speculative, right? Bitcoin runs a lot on speculation. Ethereum, Matic, Monero, Dashcoin, all these top 10, top 15, 20 cryptocurrencies that tell me about Dogecoin or Shiba Inu, right? All these things are cryptocurrencies which are like very much determined by or valued by speculation, right? Elon Musk saying things, so these things happen, right? So that's the whole problem. That's why crypto industry, this you cannot do anything about it. That's how they are built. They are not Infosys share or TCS share, right? That they'll be very stable. These are not real assets either, that they'll have a valuation. These are usually speculative. But yeah, as more and more people join in, it will become much more stable. But yeah, it's not going away anytime soon. Volatility is always going to be there.
Right.
But yeah, one good thing about nowadays, the developments happening nowadays, is that when we talk about decentralized finance, the products that are coming up in decentralized finance, they are also involving stable coins. That's why there's a concept called stable coin. They are also cryptocurrencies,
right,
but they are pegged to a particular currency like INR or USD. So then they'll always be valued at $1, right?
Okay.
So now Like even us, we cannot give our farmers something which will go up and down in rates, and then they'll like, they anyways, we know that over 3 lakh farmers have committed suicides in the last 1 decade. 3 lakh is a huge number, and
Right.
if we do something like this, we will worsen it for them, right? So that's why we also will be using stable coins and then INR and all. So attempts can be made to make an ecosystem or a particular use case more stable, but trading in bare cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Monero, Dashcoin and all, or Dogecoin and Matic and all, is always going to be volatile. That's how they're built.
Okay, and we have a follow-up question from Aditya that I've heard that limited and we can only mine limited crypto. If yes, is it a challenge for investors who start investing in, let's say, after 4 to 5 years? And 4 to 5 years would also mean, Abhishek, in my head, the discovery mode getting a little bit better and
Right.
probably the volatility getting a little tamed. I don't know. Would love to know your thoughts.
Sure, Tanya. So one thing, first of all, that yes, Aditya, I think Aditya's question. So yes, they are limited. That is why, see, what drives price movements? Demand and supply. Plain and simple economics, right? So demand and supply, when it is doing, it is driving the price. If you know that there is a set limit of crypto that is going to come into the market, right, into the circulation, you know that how scarce that resource is. Let's take an example of Bitcoin only, because that's the highest priced crypto we know, right? And that's, everyone knows about that.
Right.
Bitcoin is ever going to be only 21 million Bitcoins. That's it, right? So 21 million Bitcoins, you know that it is written in the protocol, it cannot be changed. So now every block is made, so blockchain is made of blocks, right? Of course, we didn't get time to discuss all these nitty-gritties, but maybe people would have this idea. So blockchain is all about blocks connected together. So every block is made. Whoever mines that block, there is a concept of mining. Whoever mines that block gets a reward in Bitcoin, which is currently 6.25 Bitcoins. So just imagine, after every block, 6.25 into $67,000, I think is today's rate or yesterday's rate, right? That's the kind of 62,000 maybe. That's the kind of money that everyone gets who makes a block, right? But with every block, 6.25 Bitcoins are getting generated.
Used. Yeah.
Not used, technically generated from the protocol and given to the miner, right? So yeah, it's coming in circulation, right? After 3.5 4 years, this will further get halved into 3 point something, right? So now what will happen is someday it would happen that all the 21 million Bitcoins will come into circulation. After that, no new Bitcoins will be generated. It will all be into circulation. Right. So then, so the scarcity, dearth of Bitcoin, that always drives the price. That always, pushes up the demand. The supply becomes very restricted. So that is how it is. And, that's why many people believe more in, now there is a very important differentiation here. This is the reason why people believe more into cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and cryptocurrencies basically which have a maximum limit, as compared to fiat, which technically does not have a limit. Whenever, see, we generate money, Indian rupees or US dollars, we generate money based on certain policies and protocols when needed, right? But we know that there is no upper limit. Right? We trust the government, we trust the policies that right time, at the right times, the right amount of money would be generated.
Yes.
Right? But there is no protocol written hard upper limit, right?
Yes.
Whenever any bank or any company fails, goes bankrupt, the government, if it depends on the industry, the government pushes in a lot of money, crores of money, right? Billions of dollars.
Absolutely.
Just to keep it alive, right? People don't take responsibility. This free flow of funds might sound that who thinks about these things, but yeah, if you think, then you'll understand the core difference between Bitcoin or any such crypto and fiat. That is why people have started coming up with this thought that yes, why Bitcoin, right? Why cryptos and why not fiat? Yeah, thanks Aditya for your comment. Yeah.
Great. So is Aditya a late investor or no?
So yeah, so if you're willing to invest in Bitcoin, Aditya, so of course you're pretty late, because every time, but yeah, no, right? If you think that way, but if you have the funds, if you don't have the funds, then you're late, right? But if you have the funds, you're early. So this is a very subjective. Okay, see, tell me something. When back when Bitcoin was valued at $10 a piece, right? Everyone at that time also would have thought that I'm late, because Bitcoin started from cents or paise, and now it is $10, maybe has risen 150 or 100 200 times. I'm late, right? But if you compare that $10, $20, $500, $1,000 with $62,000, you see that you are either early or late. You cannot really judge it. Yeah, but see, Bitcoin is going to rise in price. So if you have the funds, even $67,000 is fine, because you'll make double, triple on it when this becomes $300,000, right? So yeah, then you're not late. But yeah, you can find some crypto thematic is good, Dogecoin and all. If you are really a trader, then maybe if investment purposes, you'll have to do a lot of research, which is good and which is bad. Ethereum is really good, but yeah, no financial advice per se.
Yes. I think Aditya will do his own research, which also brings me to a very important point, yeah, which we haven't touched yet, Abhishek,
Yeah.
and which will be very helpful for our students here. So please, everyone who's listening to us, listen to this part of the conversation very, very carefully. Abhishek, in order to be industry relevant in blockchain, Bitcoin, and whatever will come now with time. I'm not aware of what is going to come, but
Yeah.
what do you study, A, and B, how can institutions ensure their curriculum is up to date, yeah, to make these students more employable in future?
Absolutely. This is a very important question, especially for the audience here. See, to be very honest, currently there are many technologies, not just blockchain. Maybe blockchain might be leading the race, to be very honest. But there are many, there are many, what do you say, technologies, industry 4.0 technologies, which are going very hot right now. See, AI, ML, and DS is also data science and all are also going very hot. A lot of people have become data scientists right now. So when we talk about that, it is always beneficial to be, to tap the nerves of the industry. You have to know what the industry wants. Okay, there was a time when you wanted okay, Java is a good language, right? But if you're learning Java now, you should also learn something else, because see what the industry wants, right? If
Right,
you know Java a lot, then there is a very specific set of companies which will take you, right?
right.
But most of the companies are now web 3.0, web 2.0. So learn about web 3.0. You should know YouTube. Then even if you visit the homepage of YouTube, you will see some good videos that will tell you that what is going on in the industry, right? You'll see
Got
in
it.
any industry that you search for, right? On Google, just search about it. You will get to know. It's very easy to get to know that what is currently hot. Right? Okay, I just said Google, so my okay Google went. Okay,
No
all right.
problem.
So all right. So yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Come on, what is
This
this?
is this is
This is
so
really
cool. This
this
is technology.
yeah, this is quite intervening technology, no? Yeah. All right. So, all right. So, anyway, so basically speaking, blockchain right now, many people are coming to Web 3.0. Web 2.0 ho gaya, right? Okay. Many a time, that has been good time. You spend a lot of time on Web 2.0. Many engineers are doing Web 2.0. But if you're a good engineer in Web 2.0, why not try Web 3.0 and increase your portfolio of languages that you know, right? That will automatically put you ahead.
Right.
There is a huge dearth. When I teach, I share a number. Current India gives around, India, first of all, India gives thousands of engineers, thousands and thousands of engineers every year, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Graduate. So let's assume that, not assume, there was a number 2.5 million engineers we have right now at life at this point in time,
Wow.
who are there. So out of those 2.5 million engineers, only 0.25%, that's 1 in 400. 1 in 400 such engineers know anything about blockchain. This is a metric I usually share. So tell me something, if you're into Java, where the competition is very high,
Right.
why not? And if you have a knack in technologies, if you have a knack in development, right, why not take a look at Web 3.0 technologies, where you just need to be the second person in every 400 people, right? How difficult it is going to be. If you wait for 6 more years, definitely it's going to turn difficult, because many people have started learning about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, DeFi, Web 3.0 technologies, Solidity, smart contract, all of these things, very frequently people have started studying now, right? So yeah, you should be at the forefront of what's happening, right? Talking about, yeah, but yeah, institutes do play a very important role, because see, not everyone is a self-learner. I understand that, right? Out of thousands, we may know only few would be a self-learner, right?
Right.
So such people who want the help of institutes, who want universities to do so, one good thing is that I've seen in India and abroad, universities who have maybe very huge, cycles of changes, right? They have taken very quick decisions to come to blockchain, right? For example, see, I teach with IIT Madras and Amity University, right? So
Right.
IIT has already come up. IIT Madras has already come up with a blockchain technology course.
Right.
Amity University does run a blockchain technology course. I know of University of Nicosia and others in non-Indian universities who are outside. They are there in blockchain technology. I was very recently in discussion with a professor from UCLA who already teaches blockchain there.
Wow.
Maybe not as a course, but an initiative marks a lot of value, right? So an initiative from a UCLA professor to even teach 1 or 2 classes on blockchain or on crypto and on Cardano. He was telling me that Cardano, very new names, right? These are not new technically, but yeah, very uncommon names. What he teaches in his classes, and these projects are doing good, and such initiatives mark a lot of value that yes, people are trying to deliver. So yeah, you can be on a lookout for a lot of so the IIT Madras courses with great learning, right? So great learning is at the forefront of such courses.
Yes.
So good institutes are coming up with such courses that people can really make good use of, or they can be a self learner. There is a lot of even 4 years back, 5 years back, there was very less information or tutorials and guides on how to
Right.
become a blockchain engineer, what all to do. Maybe I have something I can even tell you. There are there are so many profiles. I usually teach. I had kept it open. I always is open. So you can be a core blockchain developer. You can be a network guy in blockchain. You can be a smart contract specialist. You can be. I'm reading by the way from the screen. You can be a project manager in blockchain. You can be an auditor in blockchain. So on, right? So these are good roles that you can target,
Absolutely.
and then you can study accordingly.
And
That's it.
Abhishek, when the industry is offering these roles, I'm pretty sure education industry is not going to be far behind in promoting them into their curriculums. It goes hand in hand. I feel education and employment. The more employment for us of a certain nature comes up,
Right, right.
the more it is backed by educational forces. So I
You're
think,
very right. That's why now universities started understanding that, see, university, one good thing about universities today is that they interact with the industry personnel a lot, right? Even my university interacts with me a lot. I've seen other universities in doing a lot of programs where industry people are called. That gives you what's happening in the industry or what
right,
industry is looking for while hiring. Eventual goal for every university is that to get the students placed, right? So now people have started doing projects. A very good thing is that whenever I take classes, it's not just for students. I'm amazed to see how many faculty
right,
join that kind of a class.
right,
How many PhDs and other people who are not not graduate students anymore, undergrad students anymore, right? They join the class so that they can tell their students to come into blockchain.
right.
This gives a lot of enthusiasm to me as well while teaching, that so these they want good for the students, and they now understand that this is the next thing that their students should do. So yeah, this is happening. A lot of change is happening.
Wow. And on that note, Abhishek, I think we've come to our closing time. And thank you so much. This session was, I think, more so rewarding for me. I'm definitely walking out as a more informed person, and I'm going to take on your tip and touch extensively on what road is ahead of us in terms of these new technological developments. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Abhishek. And with this, we end our panel discussion. And thank you so much for being.